Now, here's a fun fact that may or may not blow your mind. Hiring managers only take 7.4 seconds to scan a resume. Even figuring out what you want for dinner takes more time than that. Now, this data comes from an eye tracking study that was done by Ladders back in 2018. And what they found was that on average, a recruiter spends 7.4 seconds looking and scanning through a resume, which was actually longer than the previous time of 6 seconds. And they said the reason for this increase was because when they conducted the initial study, it was during a time of an economic recession, which meant that there were probably a lot of applications to go through. So if you only have a couple of seconds to grab a recruiter's attention and to make a good first impression, what should you do? Well, if I were to be fired from my job tomorrow, which, by the way, to my boss watching this, please don't do that. The first thing I would update on my resume is my resume summary. So let's talk about it. What even is a resume summary? Do I actually need one? And how do I use this to my advantage? Resume summary is a brief statement that highlights your skills, your experience, and your achievements, and it's usually found at the very top of your resume, right underneath your contact information. Think of your resume summary as your elevator pitch, right? So just imagine you're stuck in the elevator with the CEO of the company that you're interested in working for. What would you say to them? Of course, you'd only want to tell them about your highlights and show them your best self, so let this be your chance to shine and to grab their attention. So there could be a lot of varying opinions when it comes to whether or not you should be including a resume summary on your resume. And so to get a little bit more clarity on this, I asked our in-house recruiter his personal thoughts on resume summaries, and here's what he said. A resume summary is useful to add because it can be a quick way to see total years of experience and what industry their experience comes from. And as I mentioned earlier, since hiring managers and recruiters don't really look at resumes for that long, you should be looking for any ways you can to stand out. So if your resume summary is well written and compelling, it can make the world of a difference to a hiring manager or recruiter who's deciding on whether or not they want to read the rest of your resume. And in turn, that also determines whether or not you're going to get an interview for the job. It also acts as a little teaser. So if you have a really eye-catching resume summary, it's going to make whoever's reading your resume more interested in learning more about you, and they can do so in your work experience section. A good resume summary can also help you stand out from other candidates who have similar qualifications, because it can be a great way to showcase your unique experience and skills and show to the hiring manager why you'd be the best fit for the job. So now that we've talked about what a resume summary is and why you should be including one on your resume, here's how to write one. If you don't have a resume summary already, you can use this formula as a little template to get you started. And as an example, if I were to be applying for a role as a digital marketer, here's what I would put as my resume summary. You want to start out with your professional title, if relevant, key experiences with the total number of years you've worked, and then you go into your achievements and preferably add in the measurable results from these achievements. And to finish it off, list your top skills, expertise, and unique values that are relevant to the job and industry you're applying for. And to fill this formula out with the most relevant information, I want you to follow these steps. Number 1 is to research the company and analyze the job description for the position you want. And here are a few questions to consider. What kind of person is the company looking for? What key skills and expertise do they require? And what problems do they want to solve by hiring for this position? Step 2 is to see how you fit into the job. So how do your key achievements, work experiences, and skills tie into the specific job you're applying for? Determine how you can add value to the company by helping them solve its problems. Step 3 is to highlight your top selling points. So write down your top achievements, your unique skills and expertise, and your relevant work experience. Mention how your previous employer's operations improved because of your contributions. And as always, try to back up your accomplishments with numbers, if possible. And step number 4 is to tailor your resume summary to each job description. You would never submit the same resume to each job, so why leave your resume summary the same? Your resume summary can be a great place to add keywords recruiters might be looking for in their ATS when searching for the perfect candidate. And if you're still feeling stuck in this process, here's some additional tips for you. The first tip is to keep it short and sweet. Your resume summary should never be more than 4 sentences long, so 3 to 4 sentences is the sweet spot. Tip number 2 is to tailor your resume to the job by using specific keywords from the job description, and as always, make sure it's ATS friendly. As I mentioned previously, you would never submit the same resume to every single job, so why keep your resume summary the same? So pulling those keywords and skills from the job description is really important, and if you struggle with this, our Power Edit tool can help you do this. In our new Power Edit experience, you can find important keywords that appear in the job description right here on the left-hand side, and if you're like me and struggle with writer's block, you can simply click on the keyword and have AI generate a phrase for you, and then just plug it into your resume summary. This increases your total match score and can help you plug in keywords that'll increase your chances of being noticed by recruiters within their ATS. Tip number 3 is to highlight your achievements and use specific examples to show how you made a positive impact within your previous role. In your resume summary, you should include any awards, certifications, or just specific things that you feel proud of that you want to call out to your potential employer. And again, if you're feeling stuck and want some inspiration, we have a ton of resume summary examples by job title in our blog post, which I will link down below in the description. And remember, your resume summary is your chance to make a great first impression. So make sure it is well written, tailored to the job, and highlights your unique skills and experience. So thanks again for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more job searching tips. As always, I wish you the best of luck on your job search and happy job searching.